But I think I changed my mind. I think I want to actually do Paladin just because I haven't, and I would do Druid, but I haven't done Paladin. I want to actually try it. That's a good first card. I'll take his Subdue, I guess. Pyromancer is fine. I had too many Subdues in a deck last draft. I mean last season. Ooh. I like all of these cards, but I think you're supposed to just take the dragon. Highest rated everywhere. This deck's already a high roll. This wouldn't be terrible actually, but I think we just take the consistency. Oh, that's a really high win rate on the one drop here. Lightforge likes this the most. Aldor gives this a pretty nice score. I mean, Hearth Arena gives this a pretty nice score. A 1-mana 1/3 in Paladin is actually just pretty nice. I think we'll do it. Obviously, we're hoping we get Librams, so. Crusader, easy. Actually, had the same win rate as the Elven Archer, which is interesting. I think we'll take another one of these. That's fine. First day of school is just really, really good. Lightforge loves this card. Hearth Arena loves this card. I think I'm gonna go for the Hogsteed here. We don't have any 2s or anything. It's more important with Paladin, I think, to just get on board. That's pretty low. Yeah, this is fine. It's kind of bad in our deck right now, actually, but we'll try to make it work. I guess we'll take the Og. It feels kind of bad to me right now, but because we have these 1s and stuff, but we still need pings. We do have this, which is like kind of like having a ping. It makes me want like this probably a bit more. I think you still take the Og though. Alright, we'll take this here. We're very, very light right now. It's not like we're not nearly light enough that you would take this over this, but we do need to get some bigger stuff here. It's actually pretty nice. With us being way too light, having a bunch of 1-mana 1/3s. Shattered Sun is great. Being this light, Direwolf is actually pretty insane in this deck. We have like rushes too. This is just really good, but this is a Direwolf deck if you've ever seen one. We'll try it. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is brutal. They're both so good. It actually almost feels like the Worm is a little slow for this deck. But this thing, if you're the aggro player, this doesn't actually do that much for you. So this might still be better. This is brutal. Win rates are HS replays very close. Lightforge is identical. Hearth Arena likes this card more. But we have a Subdue also. If we're gonna be aggressive, I do think this card is just a lot worse. It's still good, right? Because like your opponent plays a 3/4 and you Aldor it, it's really nice for you, but I think we'll go for the Worm. This is definitely not a Karta deck. It's definitely a Guardian Augmentation deck. This card has the highest win rate, which is a little... It has a really high win rate. It's a 3-drop. What, the Aldor? It is true, it is a 3-drop. I just feel like what I'm worried about is like against mages specifically, I feel like you're going to be tempoing it on an empty board, which just isn't very helpful. You don't actually need, if you have this low of a curve, you don't actually need 3 drops that much, because you can play 2+1 on 3, so it's actually not that necessary to have 3s. You still want to have like a couple, but you don't need them as much. This is also kind of a 3, so I might actually take this here, because this shouldn't be active ever. If this is active, we're losing. I think we'll try this. Oh god, these are all so good. If we want an 8-drop, Pitrock is the best 8-drop we could have, for sure. The Stormwind is probably better for our deck. I don't know, it might not be. Just having the reach, because Paladin has no other way of getting reach. I'm actually surprised. That's kind of insane. This is such a low score from Lightforge and Paladin. You know, it's a 76 in Hearthstone Arena. That's like crazy, crazy low. I do think like just having the reach might be better. This is like more of the board control. It's like you're ahead on board and you just do board control, but I feel like it might actually be a little slow. Having a 4 would just not be bad though. The issue is like we probably are never actually triggering the spell burst, because you're gonna play this on turn 1 every time. Not every time if you have like 1s, but you're probably gonna have to play it before this. I don't think, if this isn't active, it's probably not good. I think it's just this. This is like the most consistent and stable. Yeah, it's just like, especially we don't even have any weapons or anything. Like this is something Paladin doesn't do very well. Guess you just have to take Shotbot here. It's a really good card. I say have to, but it's good. It's just not exactly what we want, but I mean, we'll take like one of the best cards in the game. That's fine. Probably Hammer here. Just refill and goes face. I really like Wave of Apathy, but this is a Blessing of Kings deck. Way more than is a Wave of Apathy deck. This card's a lot better just in Priest because of all the combo potential it unlocks. But yeah, this is a Blessing of Kings deck. Owl is actually not bad for this deck, but I don't think you take it over this. These scores. We could probably use a Broom. I don't really want a Broom because I think we're getting a little too light, but I mean, well, this is a 3-drop. We can do it with Blessing of Kings also. And I think we just go Broom. We had a combo with this card, which is a 6-mana combo, and we never pulled it off in our last deck. I think it was a little unlucky, but yeah. I'm not gonna take it for a 7-mana combo here. Wanderer is pretty good. Whelp is... This is a little tough. Because we don't have 5s. We don't have 4s either. Mind you. I think with the way our curve works, I think we're going to appreciate the Whelp a lot more than we normally would. Because I think if we had a more standard aggro curve, you would actually value the Wanderer more, but in our curve, since our curve is too low basically, I think you actually want the Whelp. Because we're going to need to be refilling on 5. More than you would expect. This is really good with Broom also, but... yeah, I don't know. And we take the broken card. 259. This is the new score, right? I thought maybe they patched it since the last draft, but I think that was the new score. So let me just double check that actually. Is someone... It was you, right? You said that oh Oh no, actually the new score is 269. So it is wrong. Okay. So they are pre-adjusted still. Keep that in mind, I guess. But yeah, anyway, we take this card. Yeah. Blessing would be really nice for this deck. But I think Bone Wraith is just better. Last meta, Paladin got a lot of 5s. Yeah, they got like a lot of big ol' whelps, and they have the other heal dragon, so they got like a lot of those too. So you don't see them quite as much now. I think we take this. We'll take a Wrap Golem. Bomber trolled us last deck, and also Bomber, when you have a lot of 1-drops, is usually pretty bad. I don't even want this. It's like, I'm gonna take it. It's like, we don't even need all this value. Like, holy cow. I thought we were a hard aggro deck. We're not even. Oh, God. Especially with these other late game picks. Like, this just feels like overkill. I don't think we want it. I think we take the Argent Protector. We lack this kind of effect, actually. I think, yeah. I think it's actually not close. Even though I love Proto Drake. We just don't need it. So I'm pretty sure, even though we didn't get a Libram, if we had a Libram, this would be like a probably top 10% Paladin deck. I think. I haven't played a lot of Paladin, but I'm pretty sure this is like a super high roll. God, if we had Librams, oh man. Like any Libram, even a Libram of Hope or something would be pretty good with this. We have better late game than a 7-mana Libram Hope though. God, if we had the Libram, Wisdom is the 2-mana one, right? If we had a Libram and Wisdom, we have 2 of these. Oh man, that would be silly. Obviously, yeah, like. I think we go for this one. No. We have to kill that before we play this. Hey, bad news for you, sir. Welcome, bad news. But yeah, like a Libram of Justice would make this deck like absolutely insane. The fact that we actually have like 0 weapons. We don't have a single weapon, right? Yeah, the fact that we have 0 weapons is a little bad. It's actually a lot bad. Okay, do we want to Hogsteed it? I want to give him the coin. It's probably not worth wasting the coin just to do that, unfortunately. Yeah, like you can't like get value out of this and value trade, it doesn't work. See, I don't think you just give him the coin. Because he might just never draw it, right? As much as I would like to. The other play was like trade and play Rager, but you know, Dagger clears it up anyway, so. Unfortunately for you, you did not play around Broken card. I have bad news for you, sir. You didn't play around 5 mana Dino Size. I'm sorry. The way he's setting up boards is actually really good, too. It's just he's just getting like kind of annihilated by things that are out of his control. I think this guy's a much better player than you normally see at 0-0. Hard to imagine him living. I mean, he can play a massive taunt, right? He doesn't die. Quality? No! Yeah. Oh, he doesn't die. Damn. Hammer Wrath into Blessing of Kings is lethal. It has to be exactly Blessing of Kings. First day of school could give us lethal. I don't know. I think we just chill. I don't think there's a rush. Pretty much on Frost Nova or dead. I think it is Frost Nova or dead. Unless his hand is nothing but brain freezes. Just brain freeze, brain freeze, brain freeze. Probably needed a little better than that. Yeah. He had to kill, like... He had to kill that, and he needed to kill one of the other things. Actually, it wasn't even possible to kill both of these, so he had to hit the 3 perfect missiles, it looks like. And then he dies to Hammer Wrath, but... It's too bad we couldn't give him that false hope that he was alive. The missiles didn't do it. I guess it's good for him though, he didn't waste his good RNG when it was hopeless anyway. The missiles did him a favor, saving themselves for later. How likely are we to get a 1-cost spell that doesn't absolutely suck? So we're gonna find out, right? It's actually a pretty slow hand for this deck. But it's like, it feels weird tossing. It feels wrong to toss this stuff at the same time. Okay. Problem is it's a Paladin mirror, which means having a slow opening means we might just die. Okay. He has a slower opening. We're kind of happy. We did just top deck the best card in our deck. Well, second best card in our deck. I forgot Blessing of Authority exists. So I can't just automatically call Shotbot the best card in the game anymore. One of those kinds of paladins, eh? You're back, what'd you miss? Oh, we drafted a Paladin here, which is, I think, the best Paladin you can basically draft without any weapons. So, I'm not sure what that actually translates to. It's a decent card right now, actually. Is Wandmaker the best card in the game, actually? Might be. 30 Blessing of Authorities. I wish. Speak of the devil. I have bad news for our opponent here. I have bad news, sir. He's gonna like Aldor this thing and we're just gonna be like, he didn't know, chat. Oh, that's kind of rude. This is actually rude as hell. Funny thing is like, playing this to just Divine Shield this might actually protect it more than the taunt because of like Consecration. I think it does actually. Because it's still good against, like, you know, if he's gonna do Rescued Raider or whatever. It's still fine. Like, he can Rescued something else. He's gonna Rescued a 2/2, I guess. Fine. Any turn he plays a taunt, we just play Blessing of Authority. This is so unfair, actually. This is what happens anytime, like, anytime you high roll in this meta, it just feels like you're just sitting there cackling the entire time, like, just feels like if you knew what my hand was, you would just concede and get it over with. Wow. Yeah. Our play was a lot better against that, too. I think we'll just do this. Scribe might be better, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't matter. It would have been a little weird if he killed the 6/1, I guess. Yeah. I think the taunt was better, especially seeing the Shavara. Knowing they had Shavara, it was definitely better. I thought it was better. I don't know what Scribe would actually be better against. Well, the Scribe guarantees a whole bunch of damage through the Shavara. So it eliminates the possibility of him getting lucky, actually. But he could also just humility it. I don't know. Probably win either way. 99% of the time. Every late game card in our deck we just saw. That's helpful. Oh. Nice you to join the party. Other 6-drop. Okay, one of these worms could have been a Aldor. How rare is Angling Rod? It's pretty rare because it's an epic. You don't see it very often. It's in 2.4% of decks. Yeah, it's very uncommon. Just do the curve things, I guess. So I was planning on buffing this, but in this case, I think it's just better to buff this guy. Because it stays alive. Just do the curve things. I don't know if they decreased it, because like it feels like epics in general, it looks like, unless it was a card they specifically added in, it looks like they're just really, really uncommon right now. I think they probably did something to make them really uncommon. It's kind of funny. So it's like a lot of these epics, like I said, like Angling Rod is 2.4%. There's a lot of legendaries that are like 5%. So legendaries, there's a lot of legendaries that are more common than epics, than a lot of epics, which is a little interesting. All right, we'll do a 6 here, because we just go 6 into 6 into 5 plus 2 into 8. Does angling mean fishing in England? I think so. I do not speak British though. I do believe that is the case. It's like really weird. I don't want to trade with all this damage, but I think it's fine. So we're gonna do this trade too. It's a lot of trading, but I think it's fine. Here we definitely positioned correctly. You don't want to put these two next to each other in case of that one betrayal, the warrior betrayal card. Oh my god. Kind of an issue. So it kills everything. That's an issue. We're still actually not even that far behind, is the funny thing. If you play the Whelp, you just give yourself an extra draw for another premium, which could be nice. But I think this is fine. It's like, I just feel like even though we got like kind of completely annihilated there, we're still heavily favored just because our deck is so freaking good. Like if we get annihilated to this extent by a mage, the game would be over. Because he'd cast one Flame Strike here and we'd be dead, but he's not a mage, so. Seems like a pretty good Stormwind here. That is also a pretty good card. Yeah, shit. I positioned badly here. Those two minions should not be next to each other. For some reason I always instinctively put this card on the far left. There's some reason I do that. Holy cow. It's like he's doing everything he can. If we just smork him, theoretically, he dies. You know, we could do, we can put him to 2 right now and he hero powers and this still kills him. I don't think we need to YOLO that hard, though. Because if he does happen to have a heal, we kind of get wrecked, so... Just kind of chill, push 7, play the Wrapped Golem. Stormwind in 2K20. I know, right? Probably Paladin's the only class I think I would say it's decent in right now. I think even like in Shaman, I don't think it's good enough anymore. Oh, I see you're dead, sir. I see you're even more dead, sir. Because I think depending either way you build Shaman, like I feel like you either need to be so aggressive with Shaman and getting the board that you don't actually want a 7-drop. And the thing is, like, it doesn't really help with your hero power, because turning 0-2s into 1-3s, honestly, just isn't that relevant. And the other type of Shaman is where you're more playing off board, and then it's just Stormwind Champion's completely useless. So like I think either way, like it's not even that good in Shaman, it's really just Paladin. It's probably pretty decent even in like Demon Hunter or Hunter. More than it would be in Shaman. Or Druid. Do we want to keep an Explorer? Honestly, we haven't really needed something like this. Don't think we need the Broom either. I'll keep these. Because the Shaman, you always put the stuff you don't want to trade. I think it's because my instinct, I think, is because it's a big minion. You put the big minion on the far left because you want to have the middle stuff be stuff that dies when you trade with Flame Tongue Totem. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. Get this thing out of the hand before it becomes more awkward. And I want to delay this a little bit because like we could turn it into a 4-2, but turning into a 4-2 as far as trading doesn't matter into his 2-mana turn, but it might matter more later. Or we just kill that off. That works too. I think it's okay to actually do this. There's the 3-mana Cleave card, which would punish us, but it's fine. It's also fine. It's a little annoying, but I mean, like, it's a weapon, it's always gonna be annoying. But yeah, that is the reason. I think like the card I was thinking of, like it's less for Stormwind. It's more for like there was like the 5-mana 3/6 Inspire Shaman card. That was like the card that I think was my instinct was reminding me of, because that was the big card that you would never want to trade off. And that was when Flame Tongue Totem was meta too. If we could draw more 6 mana cards, that would be great. Double checking my deck to make sure we don't have more 6 mana cards to draw before I attempt it. This is so bad. Do we want to push 1 damage? Probably not, actually. I think taking the quote-unquote value trade is better, probably. So you can play harder into the future. Play harder into the future cycle hatred. It's like kind of brutal. I remember when I said, like, when we took the scribe in the draft, I said, like, I don't even want this. And, like, this game is exactly why. It's like, we might lose the game because of, yeah, like, what the fuck? We lose this game because we were forced to take this premium late game. If this was just playable stuff, we would win. I don't know, this guy's deck's actually pretty good. We might have lost anyway, but I mean, we would have won if we had like an above average hand. Okay, well, actually, we probably would have lost because we didn't have a consecration, as it turns out. Alright, well, at least it's a game we might have lost anyway. Go way too late, scribe. Yes, the problem is if we do miss curve in this deck, we basically lose because we just don't have. I mean, this is the level of swing we have in this deck. These and the Blessing of Authority, but it's just obviously this card's completely useless right now. He's gonna cycle hatred. I don't know. Are we dead on board? We're dead on board, yeah. That's sad. We're actually just dead on board. Or I guess if we did double 2, I forgot about the Hogsteed, that actually kept us up at 1. But I mean, that's not. There's obviously not winning. We technically were not dead. Turns out skipping turn 5 doesn't work. Yeah. Skipping, I mean, we basically skipped turn 4 and 5. If we drew better, this deck could honestly skip a turn and still out-tempo some people. You know, if we actually drew, other than skipping a turn, drew well, but we basically skipped 2 turns. That's just not something we could do. Maybe we were offered the Bronze Explorer in the last mulligan. If we actually had this, this would have guaranteed we would actually have plays. I'm going to try keeping it this time. It feels wrong, you know, because, like, why are you keeping an Explorer in an aggro deck? But maybe it's just for curve reasons. Maybe you just do it in this deck. Because if you don't want to get, like, a Ysera, you just want to get, like, a 4-drop or something. You know, if we had the Explorer and just got, like, a 4-drop, we'd probably win that game. On the hedge side, since we kept this, now we have no 1 or 2 drop. In a deck with full of 1 and 2 drops. So let's see, is this the 2-drop, the draw we would have gotten? Oh my god. Well, would have missed anyway. But I guess we were rewarded technically. This is good with our curve right now. So we have 4 or 5 into 6. I'm assuming he's gonna trade like here. If he has like nothing to do, he might do different trades. If he has the free ping, but you would assume this is the more natural line. Okay. That makes Hogsdude feel really good. So it plays around Mirror too. Why does it not show that Mirror Entity is impossible? Can you imagine? Spellbender on this thing. God, it's so good right now, actually. But like, there's also Counterspell. I don't think Spellbender by itself probably wouldn't be enough reason not to do it. It would be instant lose, obviously. But yeah. So it is spell interaction. The most likely spell interaction is Netherwind Portal, but Spellbender should be really uncommon because it's an epic. But Counterspell is reasonably common right now. Oh, you're just giving us that? Okay. Pretty happy about that. He must have no spells in his hand, or all his spells are like Flame Strike plus. Okay, I want to get these secrets playable. This is the only spell we can play that doesn't like lose the game to Spellbender. I think this is okay though. Just do the safe play basically. This is a little weird. Like, you normally wouldn't take that trade, but just because we actually value this thing, I think we do it. He's gonna take this value trade, and then we hammer the 9-1. Unless it actually might be better to pick Rocket. No, we hammer it. This gets countered though, is the problem. Okay, it's actually Portal, that's fine. Damn it. It's one card too late. Alright, well, that should be fine. Ooh. Huh. This card is useless. So we got debated like crazy by the Netherwind Portal, but I mean, I think it was right to not lose this game to that card. We have like no Spellburst, right? So we don't really need to worry about holding this first day at school. Yeah, like literally 0 Spellburst, right? Yeah, I don't think we would use it here if we had any Spellburst, but since we don't, I think we can use it. Alright, well, we'll do this one, I guess. Because I was thinking like it would be totally fine to just drop this on this turn, right? We'll put the heals in our deck. Only problem with putting the heals in our deck is if we do actually I was gonna say if we get Dragon Queen Alexstrasza, but I forgot we already played Bronze Explorer, so that's not really a concern actually. So anyway. Do like Equality plus Blessing if you want to be really, really cute. This could give Humility, which would be absolutely nuts. It's pretty good too, actually. We'll play the taunt, I think, to protect our protect this guy. You can give it 2 more health, also. So either way, it dies to flame strike, right? So maybe it's better to use these. I don't know. Okay. Well, it gives us this guy. Only problem with going face is Flame Strike clears now. That's fine. He needs to trade the 5/5 into the 5/3 if he doesn't have removal for it. Nice. This Flame Ward's gonna sting a little bit. This is amazing, but, you know, I do think it's probably Flame Ward. Not Flame Ward. I actually don't get. I shouldn't have hero powered. That was just a mistake. Because you lose the taunt. It probably doesn't matter actually. It's like, oh no, we lost the taunt. Now he can Rusted Raider down something. Oh no. Like a third of the way down this lo-fi playlist. Not even, maybe like a fourth of the way down. It's 9 hours long. Yeah, I'm like a third of the way. This is our worst 4-drop. Against Druid though, Divine Rager's a little sketchy, so it might be our second best one. I think we'll keep it because it's like the struggle of this deck has just been like turn 3, turn 4, you know. Ah. Actual Zoo. This is like Zoo used to actually play this card and a 2/1 stealth. This is actual actually better than like 2015 constructed zoo. Actually just straight up better. We're walking into a future swipe, but surely nothing bad happens. Like a swipe. That would never happen. Oh shit, that's pretty bad. About that. I was right. I was right. Yeah, nothing bad ever happens. Look at that value. This is basically like a delayed Ironforge Rifleman. Look at that sick value out of this thing. I guess this is pretty good here. We'll take the trade. It almost plays. It doesn't really play into swipe. I guess you like save him health, but on board it doesn't matter. You play around just buffs by trade. AoE buffs. If he's doing that, he probably doesn't have AoE buffs. Nice to know. I mean, he would have done it also. So we probably just play the dino size here. So do we want one really big minion? It's probably better to have a minion that this thing dies, but I feel like it's just better to not put all your eggs in one basket if he happens to have a silence. Because he's a druid and they actually have Keeper of the Grove, so it's actually possible. The buff is better on the bigger minion though, generally, but it's so big anyway, like. Easiest 10 mana into a 1/1. 10 damage into a 1/1. Well, that doesn't feel very good. Playing a 6-drop right into a 10/8. That feels a little rough. Turns out giving your minion +8/+8 is pretty good. Could you not, bro? Take no damage to kill us, feel a little worse. It looks like his plan, I think his plan was that he wanted to bees it. So because we had the Divine Shield, he couldn't do the bees. That was his original plan. So now he did the backup plan, which was summon a million bees off of our other guy. Well, he didn't have the buffs before, so. It's alright. We still push 6. So hear me out. Do we pick Croc his face here? Just we don't really have we have the hammer, but like that's not even enough. We want to do whatever we think is like the best board play. The problem is our board plays are crap here. Pit Croc face might be a better board play than Bronze Explorer. It's not good though. We play Bronze Explorer, you can get like a 9-drop for next turn, but that's really... I don't want to give up the board that much. Don't you wait? What do you mean wait? That's actually really good. Nozario was not good. Wait to play Croctoil's surprise lethal. The problem is it's like the best. Just playing a 5/6 is actually the best thing we can do this turn. Normally, yes, I would want to do that, which is why I don't want to play it right now. But if this thing just doesn't give us anything we can tempo with, it's really bad. But we're in that spot where I guess there's just no safe play, so you just go for something. It's weird, but I think we do this. We're kind of just using... This is kind of the way I like to play Paladin, which is... It's not my preference in this game, but... What we're doing is we're essentially just using the threat of killing him to get more value out of our stuff. So we're forcing him to play all-out defense to not die. Or we're actually just using it to get value trades. He got Starfall, he would have picked it already. He's pretty, he's very dead, actually. And if he ever has a bad turn, he just dies. There's that benefit also. And like, if he just got like swipe off this too, it would have cleared us. Kappa of the Grove. They really should unnerf Keeper of the Grove, man. I don't know. I guess Demon Hunter is the... Instead of Malfurion Stormrage, now Illidan Stormrage is the silence class. So Keeper of the Grove definitely wouldn't be an overpowered card in 2020 though. But I think they made the decision that they just didn't want silence in the game. But then they added Demon Hunter with 1,000,000 silences, so... Welcome to Hearthstone development. They said their original reasoning was they felt like silence was just an unfun mechanic. But I guess they must have changed their mind. It's actually one of the more interesting mechanics they have in Hearthstone. Every warrior we play just doesn't do anything early game. We have 2 dupes. Huh. This is way better if we wait long enough to hit the dupes, but you might just never hit them. This guaranteed has a spell to our hand. Should probably take this. We're guaranteed to be able to do this on 7. Although we probably play it on... Against a warrior, they probably execute or chorus it or something. So we might not. We actually have to do this now if we want to go 5 into 5. Or we can go 5 into 4 plus hero power. I think we're going to hold on to the mage scribe until 7 so we can guarantee it. Probably Bone Wraith over Divine Rager, but we'll see. Yeah, well, that's better. Getting the commanding shout out of him is actually kind of nice. There's some nasty things Warrior can do with that card. You don't see it in Arena very often. I guess you don't see it in Constructed very often either, I imagine. I don't think commanding shout is exactly meta right now. Those were kind of crap, actually. He's not sniping. That's a good sign. It's a problem. I can hardly remember what time it was, aside from meme stuff with this bouncing blade or patron. It was mostly kind of meme decks, yeah. Him giving us the health's actually kind of bad for him. Like, yeah, like Patron Warrior or Exploring Girl Warrior. Any kind of like Raging Worgen Warrior. Yeah, like any kind of any of the OTK decks basically we're all playing them. Shit. I mean, he's getting the upgrade, but he's using... It's so inefficient at the same time. He's like, do I even use this weapon? You can see him hesitating, like, I'm not even sure this is worth it. The dragon and the Pickrock are both really good. So, I mean, the question would be is, like, do we want to, like... I think you just do the Pickrock. If you do this, it enables you to do, like, you know, Divine Shield or... Well, basically just Divine Shields, but I don't think it's that valuable this turn. So I think you get the heavier card out. So the 5/6 is better on board also. Nice. We might wait a turn to go more ham. We can do it, it's just, it feels like giving up a lot of resources because it is. If we go through this right now. I think patience is probably actually better. There's things that would wreck us, but don't actually have that card. Okay, that's fine. I was worried about the betrayal thing. It's a problem, actually. The answers are a problem. We should do this. It's either that or the might, but this should probably be better. We can try to set up this combo actually. Save it for maybe when it's lethal though. Ramming speed, yeah, that's the card. We're grinding this guy out of value. Hold up. We're doing this. So now we do this instead. Unless we want to get the Dragonhawk out, which we kind of do. I shouldn't have showed him these cards, but yeah, we want to get the Dragonhawk out, right? It's just a measly 1/1. Don't you worry about it, sir. Who the hell kills the 1/1 there? Really now? Who does that? Who would really do that? I just don't want this thing getting coerced. Opponent is salty. What's the worst thing that happen if we get friend requested? We get a GG. An excellent opponent. This guy played us twice. Oh, that's why we keep running into warriors. I was wondering why there were warriors. Poor soul. The hell is this? Yeah. We played him, yeah, as he's saying. He was our third game in this run, too. Oh, no. I was kind of wondering, in case we needed to, like, tempo this, if it would be worse to play this one. I was thinking, surely not. I was not expecting the coin camel play. Go, taunted Argent Squire. Dude, this is a divine footman. It's kind of a problem, actually. Did we just get annihilated? We might have. It's okay, we will at least make one big thing. Unless he has a oh crap. If he has the 3 mana card, we get wrecked. I guess doing the protector is probably actually better. I don't know. Rip doggy. Rip doggy. He had to hit the 2 on the one side of the dog to make our positioning look bad. He just had to do that, didn't he? He's like, haha, I'm gonna make it look like you misplayed. You're gonna feel bad about it. You just always play this card, right? Like every time we play that card, our game lags out for a second. The game's like, you really play that card? You have no morals. You have no morals. You're just gonna play that card. Ouch. Alright, next threat. Next threat! We'd play around Holy Nova a bit by buffing this thing, but honestly it's not even that big of a difference. You would discourage him from using the Holy Nova, would be like the more impactful part of it, honestly. Because if it tempts him to not do it and try to hold it out longer and lets us get initiative on this, it would be worth it for that reason. Oh, he drafted a not card. Nice. It's a little aggressive, but I mean, he played literally 2 cards that don't do anything. It doesn't show you the second card, right? It shouldn't show, like, because it shows you the 2 cards, but it should only show you 1 face up, right? I haven't played with this card yet. It should only be the 1 face up, right? Oh, he's 2 of these. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, he's dead. That's good. Game's been a little stuttery lately. Alright, we were carried by the divine footman. I don't care what anyone says. That is the reason we won. There was no other reason we won. It was all the footmen. The song's like Chinese inspired. Keeping Explorer's actually been pretty good. Maybe Blessing would be good, but not if we don't have early game. Blessing's good, but it's not Blessing of Authority, so... This we can work with. Holy shit, that was an instant pick. So he has some really broken dragon. Or he's a dragon lackey, which you might also auto pick. Ooh. I think we'll go Brawler. Brawler into Protector seems really good. Means he's not gonna want to play anything with less than 2 attack. And if he doesn't play anything, it's fine. We just Divine Shield it anyway. Totally fine. It's still really hard to deal with. If we want, we can go Kitty plus Librarian. Or we can obviously play the Explorer. This is a bit more tempo. It also gives us the Reborn minion. This gives us a dragon. A dragon. It's also not bad. I think we'll go Kitty. I mean, I'm not sure which is right. I think it's close enough. Nice. This is like the thing that would reward you most for playing it right now. Could honestly go face. There are punishes though. I don't think we actually value the face damage that much. We've been outvaluing warriors pretty easily. Maybe this will be the one we can't. Yeah, we would have, I don't think we would have gotten punished at all by that. Would have just pushed a lot of free damage. This guy's like super hard anti-aggro. Misordering because why not? Nice. I think I like the Sarah. Yeah, if we really needed stuff to do right now, you could pick the Bronze Hero, but we have a really good 6, really good 7, so I think we get to this pretty easily. Gonna say like Blessing and Authority would be really good here, but this is pretty good as is. I really need to chill out with all these drops on curve. How dare you play drops on curve in 2020, bro? How dare thee? How dare ye? Who is that? Oh, Nose HS with the raid. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. How are y'all doing? Shout out to Oh Nose. What's up? Nice icon, by the way. The egg icon. How are the runs today? This is second run. We had a really slow priest, so I think we only went like, what did we went like 6 or something, 5 or 6. I think it was 5 actually. It took like 2 hours. Now this is their second run, so not too bad overall. Right, he couldn't kill this off. Make him suffer with more evasive worms. Too bad we can't quite do this. That would be even more lovely. How are your runs, man? You got 6 with Warrior and you 1 in Fall Guys. Winning in Fall Guys, that's the more important thing, right? That's like going 12 like 5 times in a row. This guy's had to put so many resources just to kill this thing. This poor soul. Now that he's gotten through that thing, we just drop you, Sarah, right? Like fighting, I almost don't want to just because of we have to like trade with a 5/3. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to give him like the free execute activation or whatever. Yeah. We farm you Sarah spells now. It's fine. It's fine. Oh shit. Did we just get wrecked? I think we just got wrecked. That was his instant. He slam picked a Deathwing Mad Aspect. He knew he was gonna be behind. I had like 15,000 IQ. He knew 10 turns from now he was gonna be losing. Only I knew. He is a warrior, so he knew he was gonna be losing. Fair. That is fair. I almost want to not play the Scribe because we almost want to sandbag the board so he can just like dump his hand into Sarah Awakens, but didn't really work against that thing anyway. And this guy's taking so long to die. Baby rage. Our opponent's not dying. Where? He's also not even playing weapons. He's holding on to this turn 2 weapon that he's not playing because he knows what this is. Kappa. Ooh. Ooh. Do we do it? I think this is fine. Be kind of funny though. I don't think we need to try to keep it alive because we actually want to. I think we actually want to be thinking a little bit about not fatiguing too fast. Like, we'll be fine. We have like Paladin hero power against Warrior hero power. We have a really big advantage if it gets to fatigue. We just don't want to get like 5 cards ahead. Because then if he does just stall out the game, we could actually be in trouble. But as long as we don't get really far behind in fatigue, or ahead in fatigue, we should be fine. We've been getting annihilated by this card today. Yeah, unfortunately, this makes it a little worse. You've been going Infinity with Warrior, but sometimes you don't get what you need. Yeah, Warrior feels that way a lot. It's like really good as long as you get like playable stuff. But like this guy, like he didn't get any weapons. He's at 7-1 though, so I mean, like, you know. He probably has a decent deck, but. But he either doesn't have any weapons or he's not playing the weapon because he knows where our hand is. I mean, even if you know, like, it's probably not a fair assumption that he's sniping just because of that, because, like, it's not like he wouldn't even play a weapon, you know? If we're gonna, we find out this is like a war axe or something, then we would know, but, like, you know, just because even if you know your opponent has this, it doesn't mean you don't play a weapon ever. You'd just be throwing. And why'd I have to do it on... well, alright. Fair enough. Unfortunately, like, since this thing's in the middle, it's a little awkward with the wolf. I guess we just play the wolf on the far right. It's fine. Or Warrior, I know. I am curious what this card he's been holding on to all game is. Is it the other Deathwing? It is not the other Deathwing. There aren't that many cards as Warrior that you hold on to all game. It's like... I don't know. Just like some unplayably crappy minion. At least it wasn't the same guy, yeah. For anyone that just came in, we played the same Warrior. We played him at like our 3rd game and our 6th game were the same Warrior. And he added us and he was like, could you stop? Could you stop destroying us, please? Not like that, but you know. He was like, mercy, mercy. I would normally keep Bone Wraith, but against Priest it has a little bit of a risk factor to it that I don't like. So we will toss it. Okay, this is a little safer. Priest just likes to, like, you know, steal things and stuff. Damn it. We have no weapons, so... I think we still do this because, this just gets aug merchanted. Probably. He did literally say no more, please. Yeah. Fair enough. I don't misrepresent people. That's not me. It's a little annoying. That's a pretty good draw. He had the Aug Merchant, so it looked bad, but then he actually had the answer, so it would have been bad the other way too. Alright, and they never have Holy Ripple, right? That would never happen. It's probably worse, actually. Alright, they never steal it, right? If you play the Proud Defender, you might even want to trade in the 1/1. Kind of plays around like buffs. Or just him pre-bumping. This feels too good to not do. Even though it's mildly greedy. Alright, guess we're gonna just put this guy here. Maybe this is better. I don't want this thing to, like... We open this thing up to getting stolen. I guess he would steal this anyway. Yeah. This is fine. Nova, we keep 7 power on board. Spell power Nova, we keep our tears outside of our mouth or eyes or whatever, wherever tears come out of. Yikes. It's kind of okay though. Yeah, that's definitely okay. That was definitely an above average draw in our deck. The greatest thing about Rap Golem too in this kind of a deck is that it plays so well with Direwolf actually. Just the positioning works perfectly. You put this on the far left, it spawns the taunts right next to it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Holy shit. We just got wrecked. Wrecked. I think we'll be okay though. Guys thinking like, stop! Nope, you don't get to see less than 7 minions on board on turn 8. If he had a Soul Mirror, though. Soul Mirror, I think we actually... No, we would still have lethal through it, actually. If he had Soul Mirror plus Aug Merchant, we actually have a problem. Not bad. What are the 3 worst classes? Shaman and Warrior are the 2 worst ones on HS replay. Warrior's probably a little better than the stats indicate. And then the next 2 are Warlock and Hunter. I've had success with Warlock, and I know people that like Hunter too, so I don't even know. Honestly, I'd be tempted to say that like Demon Hunter might be the 3rd worst, because I think Warlock and Hunter both have potential right now, but I don't know. Demon Hunter has potential too, so maybe it's Hunter. I haven't had good success with Hunter when I've tried it, so I don't know. I don't think we want to keep this in this deck. One-mana spells are like moderately useful, but not that useful usually. Japanese name? It's right? It's been so long now I forget my katakana, but it's Ru? Wait, that's... God, I'm so bad now. This is E and this is... That's Ru, right? It's Ru or Ru? Arutaru? Something like that? Did I do it right? Did I do it right? Somebody tell me if I did it right. I forget. Now you know, that might be... Is that Ra? No, it's Ra. If it's Ra... Ara... I don't know if this is Ta or not. I forget what Ta is. Alright, you know, let me just... Katakana. That one is... Where is it? Yeah, this is Ru. I was right. Is this... Yeah, this is Ta. I was also right. Aru Ta. Ru. Arutairu. I don't know what that is. I was right. I learned something, and I remember something that I learned in middle school. That's... I mean, not middle school, high school. That's good. Kind of have to take this trade. Go blessing into blessing. Sure, let me see if Google Translate recognizes this. I'll say it. Japanese. Arutairu. Altair. It means Altair. What is Altair? What does this word mean in English? Now let me Google this word in English. This is the thing that I learned when I was like... When you learn other languages, you're like... You see the translation in English and you're like, I don't know what this word is in English. It's a star. It's the brightest star in the constellation of Aquila Galaxy and the 12th brightest star in the night sky. The more you know. The more you know. He never silences it, right? If we do this, we can just tempo this, which might actually be better. I just feel like we're gonna get swiped if we do this. We're gonna get swiped if we do this too, is the problem. So the only way we can play around swipe is to do this. Which is also kind of hilarious, so fuck it. It's this equals Aru Tairu. Ah, shit. Oh my god, we're gonna die. That's pretty nice, actually. We'll do that. That makes it so we don't just automatically die to a Savage Roar, which, I mean, he's kind of making it look like he wants to do, so. Life still seems nice right now. Just make it even bigger. Getting the lifesteal out with a blessing is probably worth doing, actually. There's nothing in our deck we really want to draw. Again, we don't have... The dupes are a little weird. We still have the 2 duplicates. He has to use removal to get to our lifesteal guy. If our lifesteal guy lives, we basically win automatically. There's a lot of removal you can get off of that. There's a lot of removal. Looks like he didn't get it. He's thinking between playing a hero power or a 2-drop, or a 1 or a 2-drop or something. Looks like he chose the 2-drop. Hogsteed. Oh, I got bad news for you, sir. We're full health. So this is where he plays... I was gonna say, like, this is where he plays Emerald Explorer into Emerald Explorer, but that can't happen anymore. Oh shit, that's even worse. That was a top deck. He top decked that card on turn 8. Guy's an actual god. Probably want to draw, I feel. I'm not sure what we're drawing for exactly, but I'm gonna trade, as kind of disgusting as it is. It still doesn't feel like, it still feels like we're the control deck. He was playing like he had a Savage Roar earlier, but he played every card that was in his hands, so it looks like it was a bluff. He didn't actually have it. He might have been trying to top deck it though. It's the annoying thing about Forest Age. Like, it's like, unless you want to lose to Savage Roar, you just have to fully respect it. Like, so you have to just like fully trade everything. You could go face and basically set up lethal, but yeah, it's like you just randomly die to... If you go face with everything, you wouldn't go face with everything, you would trade with just the 2-1. But you leave him 12 damage on board, Savage Roar is another 14. You die to Savage Roar swipe, or that. So are we actually dead? So now everything he plays is going to have 1,000,000 health. Everything's going to be huge. So this guy plays hard aggro for 7 turns, and then he just plays 2 Forest Shades into Survival of the Fittest, and automatically wins the game. Is what it seems like has happened here. Because yeah, if we didn't trade, we would have died. We would have straight up died. Because he would have had 30 damage on board. He would have had more than 30. He would have had almost 40. Would have had to not trade with the first one, I guess. Now he's drawing. Well, he should be drawing, honestly. I think we just can't win. I think the game's just over. Yeah. His deck was pretty good. Like, his deck was a good druid. But he literally couldn't have drawn his cards in better order. He top decked the 8-drop on 8. He drop checked the Forest 8 on 8. And then I think his 10-drop, his Survival of the Fittest, was one of his next 2 draws also, right? I think it might have even been his 10-drop top deck. So he's just an actual god at the game, obviously. This card is so broken, I think we keep it. He would have set up lethal if he didn't play like that. If we knew what his hand was, we would have ignored his turn 8 board and gone face, and he would have had to like trade with everything himself to not die. I think he still wins though, because he trades, but I don't think we get there. I think he still destroys us. ACH, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I guess we play this. Give our shielded mini-bot the divine shield he deserves. He's probably pretty boned here. He's going to ping off the 2-1, the Proud Defender, which means we keep the Divine Shield on our guy. Which means we get even more value out of the Divine Shield than we're supposed to. Although, if he polys it, it's not that big of a deal, but at least we force the poly. Alright. We know he doesn't have the poly. We don't have to play around the poly. I think you actually just go phase, because I'm not that afraid of like I would rather he not have the spell damage if he's gonna like Blizzard into Flame Strike us, but surely that never happens. Oh, I should put the Rat Golem on the right. Oh my god. Hmm. That could have been worse. Holy shit, that was bad though. Alright, well, 2-turn lethal. It's pretty unlikely he has to heal for a lot. Would you have tempoed him out earlier? Oh, what do you mean? Because like, so I would have set up lethal if he didn't play like that? You're saying... I mean, I'm not saying he played incorrect. I mean, honestly, it's like... He just got really, really lucky with the way he drew and everything. I'm not saying he played wrong or anything. Like, maybe that's just the way his deck works, but, I mean... He just drew like a god, so... He kind of, I mean, it was like kind of the play that made sense with the cards he had in his hand. So, I mean, he did the play, like he took the line of play, which was like if he literally knew what every card he was going to draw in the game was, he played like 100% optimally, knowing what every draw he had was. Because he drew the best card in his deck every single turn. After like turn 7, so I mean, I don't know. I would have to like rewatch it because like I don't know what I would have done from his position because like he did basically the aggro bluff, which I like to do myself. You know, he basically bluffed the Savage Roar and made us be like way more defensive than we needed to, even though he had absolutely nothing. So if we might have won that game if we yeah, if we didn't take the bluff and we just went all face from like very early in the game, like turn 5 or so. We might have just killed him. I guess, is that probably what you're saying? Because that's probably true. The thing was that, like, you know, if we don't take his bluff, if we didn't play the way we played, and we don't take his bluff, and he has one Savage Roar in hand, we just die. You know? It's hard to not take the bluff when it's like you literally get lethal by a Savage Roar on like turn 7. You gotta take precautions. Yeah, you weren't here for the whole game. I mean, he almost killed us. He was like threatening turn 6 Savage Roar lethal. So that was kind of the lead up to that game. So he was like threatening turn 6 Savage Roar lethal, turn 7 Savage Roar lethal, and then he played... And then he top decked Forest Aid to threaten turn 8 Savage Roar lethal, played the second Forest Aid on turn 9 to threaten another Savage Roar lethal. I'm not playing this just because, like, I think this line is pretty good, and it's probably never gonna happen, but, like, if you just happen to, like, I don't know, discover a dragon or something, you might want the Spell Burst, but I think we're gonna do it now. Nice. Go, Ash Tongue. Okay, so we put him in the middle to play around Combustion. Yeah, there would have been some turn, like, it's like if we knew they didn't have it, like, wow, what a god. If we knew we didn't have it, we obviously would have wanted to, like, sometimes you would do it, like, you would say, like, okay, we can't beat Savage Roar, but that felt like a game we could beat Savage Roar. Until you had Forest Aid into Survival of the Fittest. Then all of a sudden it was a game where we should have, if we knew he had that, we would have not played around Savage Roar because we couldn't win the game anyway. But we didn't think that game was unwinnable. It didn't feel like an unwinnable game once we stopped his aggro, but it just turned out he had the best possible hand in the entire game afterwards. So... To be fair though, the 6th drop he played wasn't an Emerald Explorer. That would have been the best possible hand. He didn't even have Emerald Explorer. Crappy Druid deck, obviously. Yeah, that's a little odd. Damn. Where's our, I was gonna say, where's our Blessing Kings, and I realized, oh yeah, we already, yeah, okay, alright, fair enough. I can't complain about that one. Yeah. So we drop this. There's a world where we drop this. It's not worth that much, I feel. Yeah, we'll drop it. Because we have 6 into 7. It goes right into a Blizzard, but I mean, you don't have Blizzard that much. People do have Malygos Arcane Explosion sometimes. Is Malygos Arcane Explosion, is it 2 mana deal 2? I think so, right? We should be fine. So, like, the Arcane Explosion he got is fine as long as he doesn't have, like, the perfect combination of spells to combo it with. If he has an 8 mana Flame Strike, he still takes 4. An 8 damage Flame Strike. Yeah, we're fine. Did not understand what you meant. No offense taken or anything. Don't worry about it. Rally spells all affect either the cost or the power level, never both. Yeah. He did get the Arcane Explosion. Nice. If I appear aggressive, it's just I'm mildly salty because of, you know, Forest Aid into Forest Aid into Survival of the Fittest. It's actually the second game. Both of the games we lost this run were just games that if we had a consecration, we would have automatically won. Because that was the second game that we would have automatically won if we just had a consecration in our hand. The other one was a Demon Hunter. Yeah, a Druid and a Demon Hunter both just smorked our asses. We've like never drawn these actually. It's kind of weird. I know we never drew these because we keep getting like Dragon Queen Alexstrasza's offered off our Dragon Discovers, and we always have the duplicate still in our deck. So we know we literally never draw it. We drew them in the first few games, then we just never drew them afterwards. Right, so now we get Hand of Adult, and then we're gonna get really salty about it. Excellent! An excellent strategy. Hey! Broomstick is... I guess we would play Broomstick. If we're gonna play Broomstick, there's like nothing else we would play, right? If we get like a decent secret, we would maybe play it. Just, I want to get this thing out before this, because otherwise it becomes really awkward, actually. So we might want to just use the Broomstick now. I don't know, it's really bad value. We'll, hopefully we get more value of the Broomstick later. Maybe we could use this. This is pretty bad. Alright, I was worried if that was a fishy flyer, that was a lot worse. Assuming he doesn't have a buff, which is a hell of an assumption, but assuming he doesn't have a buff, this is pretty good for us, actually. If he has a Blessing of Kings, we immediately lose the game, but, you know. I don't think he has it. It would be the easiest Blessing of Kings in the history of humanity. If you had it. That thing would just fly out your hand at light speed. I kind of want to save this actually because we do have the broom. Alright. It's nice to squeeze the hero power out because we have this like freakishly light hand. So we kind of do want to maximize the value out of our stuff anyway. Probably has another weapon if he's that eager to use it. Or he has a Lake Thresher. That would also do it. Alright, they never have, 12 Win Paladins never have Consecration, right? I was thinking about, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about Aug Merchanting the, Rager just to tempo it. And also Assert Dominance, but, yeah, I don't know. That is actually the worst draw in our entire deck, nice. Yeah. It's getting a little trolled right now. The good thing is we're mostly out of bad draws. We've drawn basically we've drawn 10 cards and we've basically drawn the 10 worst cards in our deck. So it only goes uphill from here, right? That's how it works. Pretty sure that's how it works. There's literally only one way it goes from here. And we're actually in the state where if we do actually have a sequence of a couple good draws, we're actually fine. Like, that was probably the best draw in our deck right now. It's actually Repentance. We kind of need this, but we need this. It's Never Surrender. Kind of need to trigger it. It works the way we want it to, right? We did it afterwards. And we don't need the coin. Time to be humble. No, we never be humble. We have Bronze Explorer. That means we don't have to be humble. That's kind of annoying, actually. We're gonna have to Humility nothing if... Oh. Okay, now we don't. That's a really good... That's actually, this was the best turn we could ever draw this card. I would rather have not drawn it, probably, but if we're gonna draw it, this is how we draw it. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, this is actually really good. Well, we should do this first. This was one of the best one drops we could have gotten. We needed just anything that drew cards, though. Anything that created or drew cards. Even an Aug Merchant would have been a lot better. Never waste a turn to squeeze out value. What do you mean, just not do anything this turn and then... We still have the Humility, so... If we didn't draw the first day of school, yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like against a Paladin, if you just pass a turn like that, you're just gonna die anyway, but I don't know. It would be worth... I would think about it a lot more. Like, if I was against a mage, I would consider it for a lot more. I think I would have dropped it no matter what, though, against a Paladin. We trigger this, right? Yeah. This is summon, so I guess we just, doesn't really matter, as long as we play the stuff we want to play first. Humility on this doesn't do all that much, I don't think. Probably does something. We do have the Never Surrender, so you can't Consecration us, which is nice. Okay. Humility that. Well, then we got the Spellbearers back from this thing. Does not work that way, though. Which is cuter? Which one do we keep alive? Do we like the Murloc or the Squirrel? I do like squirrels, but I don't know. I don't think Murlocs are cute most of the time, but the Squire's actually pretty cute, so I think we'll let him live for a little longer. No consideration for Hungry Crab. I guess it's probably true, like the actual correct answer probably is to kill the Murloc. The best streamers explain their plays. Dude, this is why we are legendary. But it's like there's reason to keep a Murloc too, because if your opponent happens to play a, you know, they play the Murloc that gives both players a Murloc, the Fish Flinger or whatever, there's actually a reason. So it's an interesting question, which one is actually correct there. Because you can make an argument for both. The answer would just be based off of which one's statistically more likely, I guess. The Murloc is definitely cuter than the Silverhand Knights. So, no question here. But actually, you're probably supposed to kill off the Murloc now because of the Hungry Crab. Although, when's the last time you've seen a Hungry Crab, let's be honest? Woohoo! We have so much value in our deck now, man. Like, come on. We're gonna draw Aldor Attendant, obviously. Shit, he drew something so heavy he couldn't even play it, and we drew our 2-drop. Nice. Nice. Alright, it's time for you to go, Squire. I'm sorry. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, we win Fatigue if this keeps going on. That's a decent draw, I guess. It's not really the turn we want to draw this, but I mean, I guess we'll take it. fine. We don't really set up lethal because of that trade right there, but we're still in pretty good shape. Yeah, he has like a very similar curve to us. He actually has a better deck, I think. And he has certain better cards. He doesn't have like enough early game actually, which is kind of funny. But card quality wise, his deck does seem better. He has a very low curve though, so it doesn't seem like this is the kind of game he wants to be playing. We had early game. We had all the early game. We still have the 7 heaviest cards in our entire deck right here. So the real reason we won is because we had the thicker deck than he did at the end of the game. Really, all that matters in Hearthstone is you just have to have the thicker deck. Alright. Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube people. You have a thick deck? Nice, nice. We got a thick gold count. Double pack and all the gold. Dude, this is like the best result actually. Nice. So I guess a successful run with Paladin.